Hi, my name is Magnus and I am teaching production via remote control at ArtEZ. During my own studies at ArtEZ, I dived into this topic and taught it to myself. It is huge, believe me, and there is so much to discover that can help you to improve your workflow, creativity and inspiration. We will be focusing on what you think is important and set up an environment that helps you to spend less time with technical aspects and more time with music. I'm a big fan of automation and investing time into something that saves you even more hours, weeks, months in the long term. And this could just be one place where the magic happens. Or this. On my tablet in the software Lemur, I can see which of my instrument libraries are loaded, and I can change it depending on the project I'm working on. It is responsive and therefore changes with the project session. It saves you loads of fast memory. I loaded my woodwinds for now. I'll first show you how I work with Keyswitches. It's easier to only view these tracks, since some of my templates contain too many other tracks to keep track of everything. On my tablet, I have different work layouts for every library, depending on what the patch offers. To access it, I select a track and let Lemur redirect me to the layout that I need. As you can see here in the back end, the articulations correspond to the ones used in my layout. These can be played live in Lemur or on my keyboard. I can even send MIDI flags to reset the patch to default or copy the current settings into MIDI data into the session. However, if I want to change the sound or room position in a specific part of my music, I can do so and write automation that is saved in the session. Have a listen at this example and this brass section and see how everything stays synced on all devices. Again, it is saved in the session and doesn't change my default sound. I even recorded it using Lemur and exported it for this video. The next part of the song is sung by a children choir, but they don't have dynamics yet. I am going to teach them how to phrase and express this music passage, but not by drawing curves and lines in here or recording faders. Instead, with heart and years of practice. Let's see the remote in action again. When working on an orchestral piece like this, you usually don't want to use the scroll bar. Via remote, I just select the tracks that I'd like to work on right now. Or maybe something additional? Now, all sample libraries that I used. I'll open all these folders. Usually I work with single playing technique and articulation tracks and can view everyone separately. To adjust volume levels, I select MIDI clips and change all controllers or velocities at once. In the same way, I can set volumes to a fixed or a random value. I looped the upcoming part for some time, so we can have a look on how to give it a bit more drive. We will just be looking at the strings, and as you can see, we only use the spiccato articulation. Let me just copy this articulation from Cinematic Studio strings and double it with another patch. Okay, let's listen to it. Now that we have the crunch of the strings, I'd like to put it all softer here. And let's give the accents a supporting sforzando. Here I select the medium-low velocities and delete them all. So now it should be all set up and running. Let's listen to it. My workout! I almost forgot! Okay, let me turn on the reward system. Yeah, thanks, Lemur! If you're afraid that your computer cannot handle the session and the data, then have a look at my computer specs. This Apple is almost 7 years old and running OS X 10.10 and is making screen captures. We can be looking at other software like TouchOSC Beta. I'm a small part of the team here. There's so much out there, and I'll try to do my best to give you all you need to develop a remote by yourself and during the lessons. Whether it will be one of my favorites like Lemur or an Open Stage Control or Sherlock, Symphony, and so on, you will not regret it, and your brain and your workflow are going to thank you for not having to remember all the shortcuts and saving you loads of time. For example, I dived a bit into web development and HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and together with Open Stage Control, I was able to create my own website, my custom website, and open it on any browser of my choice. Now I can use my tablet to control my computer with Chrome, Firefox. I can use my phone to control my computer. I can use my computer to control my computer. I can use the even bigger screen on my girlfriend's phone to control my computer. If you're still not convinced, then let me show you some other examples and tricks. They are recorded in real time, hands-free, and I did not accelerate the movie, the clips, the video whatsoever. Automate writing your email address. Automate selecting your default MIDI controller data when creating new MIDI clips. Automate setting up your remote control. Automate automation lanes in Vienna Ensemble Pro. Automate creating instrument tracks. Automate your automation software. And there's so much more we haven't talked about. Chord options with one click. Copy-pasting MIDI controller data of selected clips. Deleting MIDI controller data from selected clips. Triggering all your macros. Triggering the most important menu entries. Adjusting colors and layouts. Drawing objects. Scripting objects. Drawing and scripting even more objects. Using drum pads. Using Mackie control. Following MIDI controllers from your session. Playing harp. Playing piano. Okay. Stop. I understand that this is too fast and too much information, but remember that we will adjust this to your tempo and what you would like to know in the end of the year. However, feel free to pause at any time and convince yourself. Thank you for listening.